Every time I start my videos, I just look a mess. Like, anyways, get ready with me to go to my granny's house.
She was only 17, a rising star, loved by hundreds of thousands, shining brighter each day. But on the night of January 18, 2025, that light was extinguished. A gunshot, a scream, and then silence. It's crazy how life can change in an instant. One moment you're dancing, laughing, dreaming about the future, and the next, everything goes black, forever. Her name was Nahsiyah Turner. To her fans, she was a TikTok sensation, joyful, energetic, and full of life. To her friends and family, she was so much more. A daughter, a sister, a girl with dreams too big for this world. But someone out there wanted her story to end. And they made sure it did. Well, who would want her dead? And what really happened that night outside Los Cerritos Center? This isn't just another crime story. This is a tale of rising fame, of jealousy, of betrayal so shocking no one saw it coming. And the most terrifying part, the truth behind her murder might be darker than anyone ever imagined. Before we jump into this incredible story, take a moment to comment below where you're tuning in from, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that will leave a lasting impression. Your support helps us share these powerful messages with the world. Stay with us, because by the end of this story, you might never look at social media fame the same way again. Before the tragedy, before the questions no one could answer, there was just Nahsiyah Turner, a girl with a dream, a phone, and a talent that made people stop and watch. Who was Nahsiyah Turner? To the world, she was a rising TikTok star, a breath of fresh air in a digital space filled with trends and fleeting moments of fame. But to those who truly knew her, she was something much more. She was vibrant, unstoppable, fearless. The kind of person who didn't just walk into a room, she owned it. Nahsiyah was more than just a social media sensation. She was a dreamer, a friend, and a daughter. Her family wasn't rich, and life hadn't always been kind, but she was never the type to sit back and accept what life gave her. She hustled. She worked hard, practiced harder, and refused to let anything or anyone hold her back. From a young age, she exhibited a passion for dance and performance, often captivating family and friends with impromptu shows. This innate talent would later become the cornerstone of her digital persona. As she navigated the challenges of adolescence, Nahsiyah turned to TikTok as a creative outlet. With a simple username, Sia, she began sharing snippets of her life, primarily dance videos, that showcased not only her skill but also her infectious energy. Her content resonated with many, leading to a rapid increase in followers. By January 2025, she had amassed over 100,000 followers on TikTok, with her videos garnering millions of views. But Nahsiyah's appeal went beyond her dance moves. Her genuine personality shone through in every post. She often shared glimpses of her daily life, her aspirations, and moments of introspection. This authenticity endeared her to her audience, making them feel as though they were part of her journey. Friends and family described Nahsiyah as unstoppable, fearless, and full of life. She had an unwavering determination to succeed and a vision for her future that extended beyond the digital realm. Plans for higher education, potential collaborations, and even ventures into music and acting were all part of her ambitious roadmap. However, as with many who rise to prominence, Nahsiyah's journey was not without its challenges. The pressures of maintaining an online presence, coupled with the scrutiny that comes with fame, weighed heavily on her. Behind the radiant smile and energetic performances, there were moments of doubt, fatigue, and the universal struggles of a teenager finding her place in the world. Her friends describe her as someone who never backed down. If she wanted something, she went for it. If she faced an obstacle, she pushed through it. She was unstoppable, they said, fearless, full of life. She had big plans, college, brand deals, maybe even a career in music or acting. TikTok was just the beginning, she knew that, and she made sure everyone else knew it too. But behind the smiles, behind the perfectly curated videos and cheerful captions, was something else. Something darker. Something no one saw until it was too late. Because while Nahsiyah was busy building a name for herself, someone else was watching. And not just as a fan, not just as an admirer. No, this was different. This was dangerous. And on the night of January 18, that danger finally caught up with her. January 18, 2025. A date that will forever be etched in the memories of those who knew and loved Nahsiyah Turner. It began like any other day, but as the sun set over Southern California, a series of events unfolded that would lead to an unthinkable tragedy. The Los Cerritos Center Mall, a bustling hub in Cerritos, was alive with its usual evening activity. Shoppers meandered through stores, families dined in the food court, and teenagers like Nahsiyah enjoyed their weekend outings. Surveillance footage from that evening captures Nahsiyah, affectionately known as Sia to her fans, laughing and engaging with friends. Her radiant smile, a beacon of her vibrant personality, was on full display as she navigated the mall's corridors. Earlier that day, Nahsiyah had shared a TikTok video showcasing her new hairstyle, a post that would tragically become one of her last. In the video, she exuded confidence and joy, unaware of the impending danger that loomed just hours ahead. As the clock approached 7:30 p.m., the mall's atmosphere remained lively. However, the tranquility was abruptly shattered by the unmistakable sound of a gunshot echoing through the parking lot. Panic ensued as patrons sought cover, and the once bustling center descended into chaos. Emergency services were promptly alerted. Responding officers from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department arrived to a scene of distress. In the parking lot, they discovered Nahsiyah unresponsive inside a vehicle, a gunshot wound to her chest. Despite the immediate medical attention she received, the severity of her injuries led to her being pronounced dead shortly after her arrival at the hospital. Witnesses recounted the harrowing moments following the gunshot. One individual stated, "We heard screaming, then silence." The abrupt cessation of noise painted a grim picture of the incident's suddenness and severity. In the aftermath, investigators sought to piece together the events leading up to the shooting. Questions abounded. Who was Nahsiyah with that evening? What circumstances led her to the parking lot? And most pressingly, where was the shooter? The initial investigation revealed that Nahsiyah had been accompanied by 4 young men who were detained at the scene. However, the specifics of their involvement, if any, remained unclear. A chilling detail emerged during the investigation. Nahsiyah's final TikTok video had been uploaded just hours before her death. In it, she danced with her characteristic enthusiasm, a stark contrast to the tragedy that would soon unfold. This revelation added a poignant layer to the narrative, highlighting the fragility of life and the unpredictability of fate. As detectives delved deeper, the community grappled with the loss of a young life brimming with potential. The Los Cerritos Center, once a place of joy and socialization for Nahsiyah, had become the backdrop for an unspeakable act of violence. The search for answers intensified, with authorities urging anyone with information to come forward. In the days that followed, the investigation continued, but the pain of loss remained palpable. Nahsiyah Turner's life was tragically cut short, leaving behind a legacy of joy she shared through her videos and the profound impact she had on her followers. The question lingered: why did this happen? As the community awaited answers, they held on to the memories of a young star whose light was extinguished far too soon. In the aftermath of Nahsiyah Turner's tragic death, the community was left grappling with a haunting question: why? As investigators delved into the circumstances surrounding the shooting, several theories emerged, each presenting a possible motive behind this senseless act. One theory suggests the possibility of a jealous rival. Nahsiyah's rapid ascent to TikTok fame with over 310,000 followers undoubtedly placed her in the spotlight. In the competitive world of social media, such prominence can sometimes breed envy. Could someone have felt overshadowed or threatened by her success? Was there an individual who perceived Nahsiyah's achievements as a hindrance to their own aspirations? This line of inquiry raises the unsettling possibility that her burgeoning fame may have inadvertently made her a target. Another avenue of investigation explores the potential of a toxic relationship. While Nahsiyah was known for her vivacious online presence, much of her personal life remained private. Did she have a secret boyfriend? Or perhaps an admirer whose affection had turned obsessive? Reports indicate that police discovered troubling text messages from an unknown number on her phone. The content of these messages has not been publicly disclosed, but their existence suggests a relationship that may have soured, leading to fatal consequences. A third theory considers the tragic possibility of mistaken identity. The Los Cerritos Center Mall is a bustling venue, attracting a diverse crowd. Was Nahsiyah simply in the wrong place at the wrong time? Could the bullet that ended her life have been intended for someone else? This scenario, while heartbreaking, cannot be ruled out without thorough investigation. As the investigation progressed, a shocking clue surfaced. New surveillance footage revealed a dark-colored SUV speeding away from the crime scene shortly after the gunshot was heard. This vehicle's sudden departure raises critical questions. Who was inside? Was this an escape vehicle for the perpetrator, or merely an innocent bystander fleeing the chaos? The identification and location of this SUV and its occupants have become a focal point for detectives seeking to unravel the mystery of that fateful night. Each of these theories presents a plausible explanation, yet none provide definitive answers. The complexity of the case underscores the challenges faced by investigators as they sift through evidence, interview witnesses, and attempt to piece together the puzzle of Nahsiyah Turner's untimely death. As the community mourns, the search for truth continues, driven by a collective desire for justice for a young life so tragically cut short. Each new piece of evidence, each emerging theory, only deepened the mystery surrounding Nahsiyah's death. The question remained: who would want to harm a 17-year-old girl known for her infectious smile and dance videos? As the investigation continued, the hope was that the truth would eventually come to light, bringing justice to Nahsiyah and closure to those who loved her. The loss of Nahsiyah Turner, a vibrant 17-year-old TikTok star, left a community in mourning and a family grappling with an irreplaceable void. Her funeral was a poignant gathering, a testament to the young life lost too soon. Friends, family, and fans came together, their hearts heavy with grief, to honor a girl whose infectious smile and dance moves had brightened their lives. The ceremony was a sea of purple and white, her favorite colors, as attendees shared stories, tears, and memories of Nahsiyah. In the days that followed, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department intensified their investigation, determined to uncover the truth behind her untimely death. The arrest of a suspect brought a glimmer of hope for justice. However, as the investigation unfolded, it became evident that the case was more complex than initially believed. The arrest was just the beginning of a deeper, more intricate story. Unanswered questions lingered in the air. Was Nahsiyah targeted? Did she know something she wasn't supposed to? The cryptic message left under her final TikTok post, "She knew too much. They finally got her," haunted those who knew her. Was this a clue pointing to a darker side of her life, one hidden from her followers and even her closest friends? As the investigation progressed, shocking revelations emerged. It was discovered that Nahsiyah had been unknowingly entangled in a local gang dispute. Her association with certain individuals, though innocent, had drawn her into a dangerous world she was ill-prepared to navigate. The realization that her death was not a random act of violence, but rather a tragic consequence of circumstances beyond her control, sent shockwaves through the community. Her life was full of promise, but in a split second it was stolen away. We may never know the full truth, but one thing is certain: Nahsiyah Turner will never be forgotten. Her story serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unforeseen dangers that can lurk in the shadows. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more shocking true crime stories. Let's honor Nahsiyah by keeping her story alive.